I have three sons, 46, 44 and 40, and the first thing I said to them is, listen boys, you used to have a 1 in 8 chance of getting prostate cancer. Now I've been diagnosed, that has increased to 1 in 3. So you better look out for yourselves and get yourselves tested as soon as possible. My name's Ian Norton, I'm 71 years old. I live with my wife in Penarth Marina, just outside of Cardiff, and I'm now a happy retired person. I'm a member of a friendship group which is Cardiff and the Vale, which we formed last year. Unfortunately, the pandemic came along and we're hoping to reinvigorate it again early 2021. I've known Tina Chu, the Chief Exec of Prostate Cymru, for a good few years, and I was actually having a cup of coffee with her in Cardiff, just a catch-up coffee, and she was talking about the fact she had been made Chief Exec of Prostate Cymru, and I volunteered my services to her, having been in business for a long time, and I thought I could be useful. I've delivered a number of awareness presentations, which is my primary duty with Prostate Cymru, both to industry, commerce, clubs, pubs, societies, and anybody else that wants to listen. The aims of the awareness sessions are to get the message across to the public. Men are typically extremely ignorant of prostate and prostate cancer, even though there seems to be a lot of publicity about it lately. So our aim is to get that message through to them as succinctly and sensibly as possible. I think it's a man thing with a prostate. Men and women are quite obviously very different. Women undergo a lot of changes as they go through their life, from puberty through to babies, through to the menopause. Men don't undergo the same changes, they just get bigger, stronger and hairier, and that's about it. I think the men listen to the awareness sessions far more than we would expect them to. They're not necessarily a willing audience, and it's also nice to have a mixed audience because women do actually listen a lot better. But having been through prostate cancer myself and been one of those ignorant people, I know that it's quite important to get them to understand. I've had a few people come back to me subsequent to giving the presentation and thanked me for giving them that information, because they subsequently went on and had the tests, and in a couple of cases they actually found they'd got prostate cancer in exactly the same way as I had. I decided to do a little bit of research because, like most men, I was completely ignorant of the prostate and knew from zero to very little about it. So I went along, I did a bit of research. I then went along to my local doctor. I had a PSA test, which is a prostate test, and the doctor was very unhappy with that, and he referred me to the University Hospital. They gave me a further PSA test, they gave me an MRI and a biopsy, and came back to me with the glad tidings that I'd actually got cancer, even though, as far as I was concerned, there was nothing wrong with me whatsoever. I had no symptoms at all of the cancer. Possibly my urine flow was slowing down a little bit, which I just put down to an age thing, but it turned out I had early stage prostate cancer, and I was observed for 3 years active observation, and then I chose to have robotic prostatectomy, which is the complete removal of the prostate. I think if I hadn't had the meeting with Tina, I would still be one of those ignorant people who maybe would see an advert in the street or on the back of a bus, or perhaps watched a program on the television, but having had zero symptoms, as I thought, which is the problem with early stage prostate cancer, it is symptomless, and therefore people don't do anything about it. When the doctor referred me, I thought, well, perhaps there's a mistake and he just wants to make sure that everything is okay. When I went to the hospital and they gave me another PSA test and said, we'd like to give you an MRI scan, and then the results of the MRI scan said, we think there may be something there, we'd like to give you a biopsy, are you okay with that? I was very much, it is what it is. I wasn't unduly worried, and when they came back and told me I actually had cancer, my attitude was, well, at least you know now that I have got cancer, where do we go from here? Prostate cancer is the biggest cancer killer of men.